is a media consultant and, of course, analyst on social issues. You're welcome to Pressery. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, listeners. Please join us this morning.
All right, let's share your thoughts on the headlines from absradiotv.com, starting with what's trending now on social media here and there, and a lot of people are posting it, reposting, and commenting. We have Anambra State government debunks fake news on alleged arrest of half-naked women in Anambra State. They say that all the women without the upper one and the lower one will be arrested in Anambra State. And you can now see that the state government has just debunked the fake news. And so let's start from there.
Okay. That news was trending between Sunday and yesterday. And when I listened to it, though on the social media, so I began to wonder that people are beginning to trivialize this good intention of Anambra State government. Because government was specific on things, but not about women who dress the way they choose. I don't think that one should bother the state government. So for government to take a decision that people, ladies who move around without wearing pants and bra should be arrested also. So when even some people in some communities, they were announcing it through megaphones around the markets, around the streets, and so on, though on the social media. But I was saying, what kind of nonsense is this? Is it the message that was given to them to announce, or they are just adding salt and pepper to the whole thing? Because at a time it becomes diversionary. That people should be talking things that do not concern them. But in as much as some communities may feel bad about the way our women dress, it's a thing of the individual. They could do it on their own without bringing the state government, because it's kind of trying to accord value to our womanhood. That is one thing. Because the way the society is going, our women have drifted. Only got number one.
We trend
we trend we boost about 100%.
Even our so-called celebrities in some of the shows, you see them almost naked.
So that's why I say that women have debased womanhood. And I don't know what else. So some people may feel bad because it's an eyesore that you see women, sometimes even married women, dress in such a way that will make you ask questions. And you ask, where is our value system?
Exactly.
Where is our family values? And so on.
So how do we right the wrong or normalize the anomaly?
No, by righting the wrong, it is not by bringing the state government into it, because you by doing so, you are diverting government's good intention, and people will not understand it that way. Some tongues have been wagging all along since then. But the governor has no hand in it, and people should not bring him or drag him into it. If you want to dress naked and walk the street, it is to your shame. And the shame of your family and your relations. So, what is the dress here?
And I think families, the church, and others have a role to play, to normalize the.
You talk about the church.
Like we talk about our values.
You talk about the church. Let me begin by. Those people who dress that way are Christians, are church goers, because some of them can go to church, get to her house, change here, you live Soliano, who live on a street. Some even raise that way to the church, especially this of our sister churches of Pentecostal fold. Yeah, University of Arabia, they don't care. I saw no big nanya. But Rapozia nanya, maybe cover.
Yeah.
So if you dress the way you like and get into a church, the man who is sitting by you is distracted. So that is it. So the church has the responsibility. I agree with you. Because that is one thing.
Yeah.
Then you come back to the family. You could say, yeah, the family has a more responsibility to take it. Yeah, in most cases, families try to inculcate morals into their children.
Yeah.
By doing that, family but when the particular child comes into the larger society,
yeah,
he or she gets derailed. By the time she gets derailed, university or tiger, Papa and Mama can say, yeah, no wise of Mama.
Yeah.
But she has two different lives to live.
Sure.
So what a family should have, because what live in a way should do all of by raising him or her to a high moral standard.
Yeah.
Man, I opposite na university.
We choose one or like it.
In PTA. So that is it.
Okay. All right. Are you commenting on any other one? We've also been joined by Barrister Chris Arukwez and Nia. Welcome to Press Review.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, to join the conversation, call us on 0904 9560 826. Or if you're watching us live on Facebook, do well to drop your comments in the comment section. We'll read out your comment.
You can also call us on 0706 538 1320. Send us a message on WhatsApp on 0705 113 8812.
Okay.
Yeah, I still want to talk about Anambra governorship. We are national chairman of APGA. Sly Ezokenwa calls for stronger synergy in party leadership. Yeah. When you talk about synergy in party leadership, ndị Igbo sikwa na azịza ekokolo ọnụ na nra agbajinwe mana ejiri ngwụla azịza agbajie.
Yes.
So when the national chairman is calling for synergy, it's calling for stronger cohesion amongst party leaders, so that in APGA it is always said and known na Anambra wa APGA wa Anambra. So by that, what it means is that when the party leaders work closely together, that it will be difficult for other political parties to defeat them. So that's simply what the national chairman is saying. So that appeal should make meaning for APGA leaders in Anambra. Whoever has any bickering, whatever form, should now drop it and bring up the party's interest, because the party interest should be paramount.
Yeah.
Because when the party wins election, it is still good for all of us.
Yeah.
That is it.
Okay, somebody has joined us before Chris comes in. Hello.
Hello. Good morning, Red.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, what a welcome, my studio. Yeah, eventually, Nigerians that are opposing the ATM increase. I think take the reliance in is it electricity tariff? Is it fuel?
Okay, the tariff hike.
We've been opposed now right from fuel.
Okay.
The telecom tariff to ATM now, electricity tariff.
Okay.
We are just talking for talking sake because the people there are just mindless. But what they know is what profits them, not the people. Because very long ago, they have let the people that are ruling behind. And because the people are very behind, they are not thinking anything positive of the people. How can you, within the space of time that you come into governance, increase this, that of telecom, 50%. The consumers did not even consult them, just sit it down your office and say that approved. And people are suffering. Then I saw the man, the analyst there in the school talking about the moral value and the warehouse. They have all gone. It's only God that helped us. The parents, I want to tell you that most of the parents are doing their best. But like he said, people are living deceptive life. And sometimes it's not possible for you to find it out. But the only consolation that we have is where we are going from here, both the big and small. And one day we'll get to that destination and God will ask us how far. Good morning and God bless Anambra State.
Bless Mwatakwaka too. Okay, Chris, you can now take it from there. We're still on trending headlines from absradiotv.com.
Okay. Okay.
And then yesterday we talked about the fake news on alleged arrest of half-naked women in Anambra State, which is trending, you know. Maybe product of purveyors of fake news. So let's start from there.
Yeah, actually, the news item was actually very disruptive because one, it hinders or hinges on fundamental rights of persons who choose to dress in a manner they choose to dress. Wearing a short skirt, not wearing a bra, for example, could be for medical reasons, because some science say that the bra contains silicones that interfere with the mammary glands that cause cancer. Some people might have a justifiable reason for not wearing bra, for example. And if you make a law or try to promulgate a law that would try to harass persons who choose to dress the way they choose, you may be infringing on their fundamental rights, which our Constitution guarantees. And it's good a thing.
I still believe that even if you don't wear the bra, you cover everywhere very well. There's a
difference.
There's skimpy skirts.
There's a slight. These things are fashions. These things are fashion. They are trends. They are not the issues. We should be minded about what is important and what is not important. What is your business? You see, go to American malls, you see girls and women wearing just pants coming to the shop, and the place will be as quiet as it is. It is what you put your mind on that attracts you or distracts you. Those things are not the things of the moment. People are dying of hunger, and you're looking at people who are wearing short pants and all that and all that. I usually don't concern myself with things that I call frivolities. It's not of the moment. It's not important. And who are the people? The Gen Z. These are people who are living in their world. These things were not fashionable when we grew up, and we should just not bother about that.
But is there any moral justification to justify that? I think somebody will dress like that, and when he comes out provoking somebody and he gets raped, the person will start shouting.
The point is that
she started it in the first place.
Yes, the morality is not just the law. Morality oftentimes we try to compare our religious ethics with what is normal. Morality is a slightly different thing, even though there's a lot of morality in law. But when you have not offended any law, you're permitted to go on. That's how society functions. Provided you don't cause riot, you don't do things. Wearing a short skirt is of less importance than a man who is smoking marijuana at a park. You first of all catch the man who is smoking or taking drugs in public places. It is when the short pants leads to prostitution, where you know that this person is a prostitute and maybe exposing herself in places where that such is not permitted. You can get angry. You can now say you're disrupting the public peace or order, moral order and all that. You can get into all that kind of argument. But when you go to the university campuses, you see that the trend is the short skirts. Okay. And
Pausing has a different.
I still think we are talking about obscenity here.
Yeah,
that's what we are talking about. You see that you are in your house and you dress any way you want to dress. You have not offended anybody.
It's a different
but you are in a public space. I mean, there's decency, and that's why there's what we call decency.
Yeah.
Of course, we should not, because we are living in the Gen Z world, methods, try to behave like them.
Yeah.
No, when they are amongst themselves, they can dress any way they choose to dress. But not when they are in a larger society where their parents, their relations are there, and the other public members of the public. And so they're in a public space. Please, there should be decency. That's what people are saying.
Trying to place them place indecency side by side with US, or according to them saying the Sena climb. We have Saudi Arabia, we have UAE, we have other Arab countries. We equally have other Asian countries that are not Arabic, that practice Hinduism and all that. They cover themselves up.
Yeah.
They do cover themselves up. So if you want to place,
we have the people that wear their hijab,
exactly. If you want to with America, we also have other abroad. Saudi Arabia is not abroad. Qatar is not abroad.
No,
so why must you always make it to US and UK?
We have our culture too. They have their culture.
They have their culture.
So
and our culture is not to go naked on the street.
I need to clear a bit of
besides, there's good grooming.
A mixed use of words. Obscenity. My colleague has said obscene and all that. They are not the same thing. They are not the same thing. We are in a particular civilization. We are in the 21st century. Nigeria. Connecting us with Saudi Arabia is out of the mark.
No, it is.
Excuse me. Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt, please. 21st century Nigeria, 21st century country. That's what we are living in. We are not talking about nakedness. We are talking about somebody choosing not to wear a bra. How do you now know who is wearing a bra and who is not wearing a bra? And how would you know who is empty beyond
but the point is that
look at the main point, and
it's like we are making much head about nothing because government debunks already the rumor that is no longer there.
But in Onitsha market, traders themselves implement such practices.
Yeah,
they disturb ladies who wear. Nobody is approving of that.
Yes.
What we are saying is that it is a distraction.
Yeah.
There are more important things that we should be levying our thoughts on. And then, whatever is not in the law is permissible. Saudi Arabia is a religious Islamic country, die-hard Islamic country. You don't drink beer there, except in permitted places. Even in the north here, you can't drink beer. In Kano.
They carry a woman, you are gone.
You can't even conduct census in Kano. They have to arrange. So these things are things you don't compare each other with. They are not the same thing.
Okay.
This Nigeria is secular. We are to believe that it is a non-religious country. We are not hampered by Islam or Christian ideologies and all that. So the society should go on with what is lawful and what is even decent.
Okay. Okay, let's look at the national dailies because this issue has just taken a large chunk of our time today. So there are other things to talk about. From Daily Times, FCT begins e-ticketing for traffic offenders. Osun violence hold APC responsible. PDP tells IGP has sacked chairman, brandish court papers. No bandit can dare our village. Zamfara community boasts. 2027 LP ZLP denies zoning presidency to Southeast Obitu. PDP youth leader knocks Wabara for commending Governor Uti. And finally, CS orders a prompt investigation of Yauni Hill airstrike.
From Nigerian Tribune, we have on the banner headline, Chaos in Lagos Assembly. Writers say DSS invasion of assembly premises, entering of chambers spark outrage. Lawmakers, assembly workers, indigents storm assembly, scuffle with security personnel. Leaked memo shows DSS was invited over need for enhanced security measures. Miranda gains support, sheds tears amid confidence vote by 36 lawmakers. Power outage, UCH residents, doctors threaten indefinite strike. AU endorses Nigeria as digital trade champion. Bandits kill 19 in Benue renewed attacks. Court restrains CBN others from withholding Kano local government allocation. Bloodshed in Oshun, 6 feared killed as PDP APC supporters clash over control of local government secretariats. Commissioned in 2023 but non-functional. Pathetic story of 100-bed mother-child hospital in Ibadan that UCH speaks. Finally, from the Nigerian Tribune, Senate leader leads Ekiti Central Senatorial District to endorse Oyebanji for second term. These are the trending stories from Nigerian Tribune.
And next on the bill is Punch. Oshun Mayhem ex-council chair, 6 others shot dead as a Adeleke Oyetola supporters war. FG plans 2.3 trillion naira electricity subsidy in 2025. States projects 3 trillion naira tax after reform bill's passage. Chaos crisis in Lagos. DSS lawmakers bicker over daylight assembly invasion. Miranda refuses to resign. Obasa plots a return. GSC to meet Tinubu Sanwo-Olu's security changed. AU endorses Nigeria as FCFTA digital trade champion. Ex-Sky Bank chair Ayeni rejects ex-mistress daughter. Wanted controversial singer Portable declared wanted for assaulting Ogunu officials. And finally, from the Punch, AGF bans police from parading suspects.
From Vanguard, I won't stop praising OT, Wabara tells PDP. Lagos Assembly crisis, why our men were in the premises, coming from DSS. That's on page 7 of Vanguard. 19 killed in fresh headsman attacks in Benue communities. Economic diversification, a dune list insecurity, poor infrastructure as key challenges. Oshun local government crisis, 8 killed, scores injured as PDP APC clash. Writers say PDP thugs invaded council secretariats, coming from Oshun APC, Adeleke, other security agents to take over local government secretariats. Martyr under investigation, coming from the police. NAS caucus tax Tinubu, NSA, and other in Oshun. Sacked local government bosses, councillors won't return to office, coming from PDP. Asks IGP to hold APC liable for any breach of peace. Kano raises alarm, alleges federal government's tricks to perpetually detain him. Still on Vanguard, from the world of sports, FIFA 2026 World Cup qualifiers, Eagles must beat Rwanda to remain in contention. That's coming from Semito Joe.
Okay, and in Guardian Adeleke, PDP urged Tinubu to caution Oyetola orders against mayhem. Oil vendors stealing 155,000 barrels as host communities get 78.8 billion naira. Alleged $150 million Binance bribe. Hader once accused lawmakers probed. Okay, I think okay, from Daily Independent, I think that one came from that of yesterday. 6 persons killed as a sacked Oshun local government chairman resumed duty. Adeleke asked residents to stay away from local government secretariats. Oshun lawmakers accused minister of orchestrating takeover. Court restrains CBN from withholding Kano local government areas allocation. Cardoso in Saudi Arabia aids stronger economic ties with Middle East. UBA Group donates $500,000 to AU Peace Fund. Lagos lawmakers condemn the excessive invasion of assembly. The riders want Tinubu to call secret police to order. Pass vote of confidence in new Speaker Miranda. Atiku condemns the invasion of Lagos Assembly. NAF airstrike hits bandits towards attack on police in Katsina. And then independent award has validated orders before it. That's a report from NDDCMD. Experts warn of rising antimicrobial resistance in Nigeria. Says if unchecked, could lead to 10 million deaths annually by 2050.
Right.
That's from Daily Independent.
From Daily Trust, Amotekun sends back 114 northerners from Ondo. Despite court ban, VIO returns to Abuja roads. Lagos Assembly adjourns indefinitely as move to remove Speaker heightens. On the banner headlines from Daily Trust, Saudi firm threatens to sue Hajj Commission over contract breach. Manufacturing sector on its last breath, coming from the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. Gunmen kill 19 in Benue. Firm releases Africa's first feature film on AI. Osun local government crisis, ex-council chair, others killed. Adeleke shots secretariats. We will fish out perpetrators, coming from IGP. These are the trending stories from the national dailies this morning.
Okay, let's welcome this caller before you comment. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, ABS, what can I go on again? What can I blame?
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, the issues in Nigeria, the present administration, I don't know whether the president or presidency or the government, the way they are dealing with very serious issues in this country is not helping anybody. You and I know that the only way we can flexing muscles in River State is because we have the backing of the federal government. Look at what happened yesterday in the Lagos State House of Assembly. Because the ousted speaker went to Lagos, he went to Abuja and met with the president. He came back and these things are happening. Osun State and Adetola, government is watching. For God's sake, people have been in this position before these set of people come in. And they must definitely follow the law and maintain decorum for us not to have anarchy in Nigeria. This thing is widespreading. And it's like we are not taking cognizance of that. These are very serious issues. Until something else happens, before people now wake up and say that they are this. It's not good. Government should tell, you know we're in a federation, but then the federation going to overlapping and do something in the state. In the same way they should tell these people and their groups to please follow the law. Good morning and God bless Anambra State again.
Bless you too, Matapaka. Okay, back to the analysts in the studio.
Yeah. The Osun State, the caller mentioned, the issue happening in Osun has raised a lot of cause for concern. Because we are a minister and the governor, a sitting governor will be flexing muscle. It's not for the interest of that particular state. And that goes to show what is happening in Osun. Oyetola, the Minister of Blue Economy, so to call it, was the former governor. He lost election to the current governor. Because he lost election, the president compensated him by appointing him a minister. I think he should have made do with that. He should have been comfortable with that. Trying to go at the back and instigate a court process, because when the governor has conducted local government election and put in some people, and now he was not happy because there were people he was supposed to protect who were former members of the local government administration, former chairman. He went to court. Whatever he managed, he got a judgment. But the judgment, according to analysts, because I was watching television in the morning and even last night, did not explicitly say that they should go and take over. the affairs of the local government.
Yeah.
But these men were just, because they were emboldened by the minister, so to say, allegedly emboldened, went back with their talks to local government secretariats and caused problem. And look at the crisis in Osun State, that the governor had to make a state broadcast and ask people to stay away from the local government secretariat for fear of their lives, and so on. So what I'm saying is that the way some political leaders carry themselves is that they do it as if it is not for the people they are working for. The way they do it leaves much to be desired.
Yeah.
Because you keep on asking, whose interests are they serving? Your personal interest or the interest of the people? Now you have disrupted affairs in your local government, in the state, local governments in the state. Who is gaining? Who is suffering it as well? Is it not the people that are suffering it?
Sure.
But you are there in Abuja as the minister, doing your own thing, and cause problem for the governor. And the governor will keep on running helter-skelter, trying to maintain peace in the state.
Yeah.
It is not good, because we should try, in whatever position we find ourselves in this country, we should try to place the people first before our personal interests. But it's not in Nigeria. That is, I always remember when they say public office is public trust. But it is not in Nigeria. Honestly speaking, it is very bad that a man finds himself in political position, he will begin to use it against political opponents, as if to say that was the reason he was appointed.
Yeah.
Leaving his core mandate, since from information, since Oyetola was appointed minister, he has not concentrated on delivering on his core mandate. Rather, he was more interested in trying to disorganize things in Osun State, maybe to make it possible for him to come back for re-election, because he lost the election. So, and they have not been happy since then, and tried to cause confusion. So such things should not happen. The man should concentrate, because the president has compensated you, and so on.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah, if you look at the papers, all of them is epitomizing the anxiety in the country, from problems in the River State, 27 House members, to Osun, to Lagos. Virtually every state has its own peculiar legal logjam. And you can trace it. We don't have much time. I just give a summary of how I feel about the way the courts have tried to add to the burning fires. You can match what is happening with Kanu, the activist. He's been detained for upwards of 3 years now. A court of competent jurisdiction has said this man didn't commit any crime warranting his incarceration. Then he went to the appeal to Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said, okay, why don't you continue with the trial? You see, this is fundamental rights that we're discussing. That man has been kept behind bars for too long. And the courts have refused to give a definitive judgment. Just like they ended the Osun judgment with a flex that you can move right to the left without being specific, without pronouncing consequential orders. Because if you say this seat is vacant, you may have to say who occupies it or how that seat will be filled, either by election or by appointment or by any other means. So the courts have refused to give consequential orders, and that's why you have the logjam in Osun State. And a valid election has been conducted. People were validly elected. You know in Nigeria that the validly elected is just balance of convenience. Let's not go into who was justifiably elected. But some people were elected, arguably elected. So why don't you just allow that stream to go on? This same problem also happened in Rivers, where the ousted chairman came back and said that their tenure is not yet over, where there had been an election.
Yeah.
And the court kept quiet. And it's been very difficult for the courts to pronounce the vacancy of the 27 local government house members. And that is, budget cannot be passed. Budget is, the government of Rivers State is just floating on a legal vacuum. It's a problem that we have to blame the courts, blame the judiciary for not using the laws, the powers of the laws. Because all this governance is about law. If you use the law adequately and properly, there won't be any problem.
And now it's Obasa and Miranda over there, here and there.
Yes.
Fisticuffs.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Somebody is being forced to resign. I heard last night she has resigned. And she will resign, of course, because you know what has happened. They have now seen that Obasa is of a more consequential importance to them than
Miranda,
than the lady. And they kind of felt that it's not in their best interest to remove Obasa, because they are not sure who is going to come out for Guba in Lagos. Various interests are trying to balance by retaining Obasa at all cost. And of course, within the week, Obasa would resume his duties.
There is a healthy for our democracy.
That is what I said. It is all over the news. It's all over the papers. All the papers are carrying these anxieties. Lagos, Rivers, Ocean, and more. Even in Abia, it's all over the place. It's not the way to go. If the courts have actually stamped their feet, we won't have all these minor things escalating.
So the court is now part of our problem.
Essentially, it's not just it is our problem. It is our problem. Because if they have pronounced, for example, that these 27 lawmakers have resigned, you take it as a legal classicus. You now take it as a standard point. So that when you resign in Anambra, people will know that your seat is vacant.
Yeah.
Because there's already a judgment. Perhaps a Supreme Court judgment. If you resign in Abia, we know you have left your seat. But today, somebody will resign, cross carpet and go to APC. From LP, you go to PDP
and still retain
his seat. And by the law, and the Constitution said, if a lawmaker, except the governors and the deputy governor, if the lawmaker resigns his seat, he's deemed to have vacated his office. And a new election within 6 months calendar time will be conducted to fill the vacancy.
Okay, let's welcome this caller. So hello. Good morning.
God bless all of you in the studio.
Bless you too.
Bless you too.
Now.
Yes, just 1 point. Kano raising alarm over his continued detention. Yes, I don't want to raise the clock and Kano alarm. Now we'll want to get a Belize. That was a matter. Two captain are there on the football. Government, so you will look at the government. After you know government, the guy has a good one. How much as an Abbas number? Over them by now, kill a put for government will get it. Apply now, one on a cake, but now I will open up. Look at the moon. Finally, one of our callers now, the problem of Apollo from parents and parents now by Mama Kariam Wow, Oklahoma Karia Korea, and then look mostly one of our guys, yes, India, other cost public disturbance. Fan cost. Ban on a video, Kavan on you live then you go down, maybe over the another joke or something Ghana to Anambra. Get away moon.
All right, thank you.
We have messages on Facebook. Anthony Omera, Otoma, Ninja Mono, watching from Zamfara State. Pascal Chukwunwike, good morning, Anambra, concerning the fake news of arrest of individuals arrested indecently by Anambra State government. It's nice that the government has cleared the air about it. Indecent dressing may not be our major problem in our state, but is not to be encouraged. The chaos in Lagos Assembly, both the GSS and the legislative members are just sending a negative message to the international community with their disorderliness. It's very sad indeed. Fresh killings in Benue community is very sad indeed. I think these communities should come together to defend themselves. It's obvious that the government has failed in its primary duty. Killings and crisis in Oshun, my question is, are we still practicing democracy or killography? Why will these killings for power? Why all these killings for power? What happens to working for the people? And finally, manufacturers on last breath. It's very sad that the present economic reforms are not working, yet the APC government insists on it. A country where manufacturers are finding it hard to manufacture things, the country is going down. God bless Anambra State. Thank you, Pascal Chukwuwike, for dropping your comments. Bless
you too. And this is where we'll draw the cutting on today's press review. Media consultant and public affairs analyst posting OKK. We want to thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And also Barrister Chris Arike, public affairs analyst. Thank you for joining us on press review.
Yeah, good morning and thank you.
I'm Roy. At 9 o'clock, we'll be together again on another topic.
And I'm Uche Chukwu Abraham. Stay with us.